Hello everybody, welcome to Tillage Village. It's Nicole here and welcome. I hope everybody is having a wonderful and blessed day. We are in the greenhouse at the moment. Now the reason why we're in the greenhouse is because we bring in a lot of our citrus plants at the beginning of the year. When the weather starts to change, we start to get a lot of cooler temperatures and possibly frost. So we bring a lot of our citrus into the greenhouse. We also bring in things like fig trees, cherry trees, avocados, mangoes, etc. So we bring a lot of those tropical plants into the greenhouse so that they can weather the cooler temperatures and the frost. And then when the temperatures begin to get steady and rise again, just before spring, we tend to bring them back out. So they should blossom quite a lot in here because some of them have been trimmed back. So that's what we do with the citrus plants. We also grow a lot of other vegetables such as the tomatoes, which we've started about 6 weeks ago. They're Roma tomatoes, so they're actually about 3 feet now. So, and some of them even they begin to have flowers on already. So when the temperature is a little bit warmer and no chance of any frost, then they'll plant. We have about 70 that are about this size, about 3 feet. We have about another 240, 250 that we will seed and then plant, because this year we're going to do probably triple the amount that we normally do for harvest. Many people don't know, but we actually farm here. We grow a huge amount of vegetables, and we have livestock as well. So that's with the tomatoes. We'll plant San Marzano, cherry, lemon boy, more Roma, big beefsteak tomatoes. We'll plant a lot of those. So that will be super. Now the other thing that we do is, I'm kneeling down here, so just bear with me. The other thing that we do is we plant a lot of peppers. So they're seedlings at the moment. I planted them about maybe 4 weeks ago, and it takes a long time for the peppers to start. One of the reasons being is the soil temperature has to be a certain temperature for the seedlings to begin to sprout. So we're planting bell peppers, poblano, some Sorrento, Cubanelle, and banana peppers. We'll probably plant maybe about 300 of those plants. I'll explain why that we've gone up in our amount of vegetables at a later time. There's a lot of things that are happening in the world, and we've been called to do something specific, so I'll explain it at a later date, all of that information. So the peppers have been seeded, and we shall see how that progresses. It should, maybe once springtime comes, they should all be ready, and I'll show you everything about them being planted, etc. We also did a lot of cuttings this year, one of them being blueberries. We did a huge amount of blueberry cuttings to propagate those so that we can make some more little blueberry plants. We did a lot of grape plants too. We have about 4 grape vines that stem about 50 foot on a 50-foot row. They produced a huge amount of grapes last year, but unfortunately the deers came and ate them before we planned to pick them the following day. But that won't happen this year because they're going to be deer proof. So we have about we propagated another about 40, so we should have a couple of 100 feet worth of grapes that we're going to plant, and you should see the harvest this year. I'm going to actually show you them, so let me just put you on pause. Let me just squeeze through one moment. Okay, so we did a lot of grapes that we propagated. One of the grapes, they look like this. Now this plant actually looks dead, because that's how the grapes look when they become dormant. But if you notice, it's starting to leaf. So you can see the leaves beginning to come on there. So we have a large amount of these. So we should have about a couple of 100 feet worth of grapes that we'll actually have ready this year. We also did the same with, but from cuttings, propagated cuttings, cherry trees, peaches, plums, and I think there's one more, peach plums. I can't remember, but I know there's quite a few. So we are doing that this year. So the production is way up. The reason actually I've got them in, you're probably wondering, well, why she got it in a styrofoam cup. We normally use peat pots. These are just regular peat pots that you plant. We normally buy these, we buy them in bulk, like 2,000 at a time. And then what you do is once you plant, put your soil in there and the seedlings, these are biodegradable, so they just put them in the soil and you leave it. You don't disturb any of the roots. These are great, but for some reason the styrofoam cups seem to work really well. I believe one of the reasons why is because the styrofoam keeps the soil warm, so they seem to work. We tried it last year and the year before, and they did really, really well during the winter time with the seedlings. So we've tried it again, and I'm sure it's going to work too. We are also starting a huge herb garden, which I'll show you that. We're having a lot of work. My husband's on the tractor. We're doing a lot of work at the back there, clearing a lot of land. So you'll be able to see that soon. And a lot of unusual herbs that we'll be growing that some of you may not have heard of, but they're very, very, very medicinal. And I'm trying to think what else we've got to update you with. You'll know the reason why, probably in a later video, why we're doing a lot of these things, why we've upped the amount that we're growing, but you shall soon find out. Some of the vegetables will probably be ready because we grow some of the peppers we've overwintered, so we dug them up that were in the ground, we brought them into the greenhouse, and some of them are actually producing. So let me see if you can see, hold on a moment, let me see. So you can see oh, here. And you see this is the pepper plants. This was from last year, but if you can see, the peppers are already on that we've overwintered. See them there? The same with this one here. There's already peppers on there, but we'll grow a huge amount. The greenhouse is really, this is just maybe 10 feet of it. It goes back 50 foot. So we'll show you all those, but we should keep you updated. We actually have some figs growing over there, which I'm actually going to pick. So just one moment, let me squeeze through. This is one of the figs. It's just ready here. It's nearly, yeah, this is ready because it starts to droop. I don't know whether you can see. The fig actually starts to droop. And a leaf fell off too. There we go. That's a really large fig, and it's going to be yummy. But I think we need to give this one for the first fruit. So yep, there we go. So there we go. I hope you had a little interesting tour here. We'll update you further when we've had more plants, etc., that we're doing. But I wanted to keep you updated so you know what's happening, and so you can be a part of this too. You'll know when we produce everything what will happen then. Take care. God bless. Love you all. Bye.